student initially who struggled a lot in my first year and second year due to my language barrier because I was a Hindi medium student since the very day
Okay.
till my plus two, and in my JEE preparation also I choose like Hindi and English also. But the change was there, so I couldn't grasp most of the things because of this language barrier. Because
First of all, thank you so much, Adarsh, for being here on my channel today. I believe your journey and experience is going to be really helpful for the audience, for the freshers, right? So, can you please start with your introduction?
yeah, hi Soumya, hello everyone. So this is Adarsh Chauhan. I'm currently working here at Oracle for like more than a year now, and here I deal mostly with Oracle database on the daily basis as a part of my job. And prior to that, I worked in a healthcare company called Extria. I was a data associate there, so mostly I was working in SQL and Python and Excel also. So prior to that, I did my post graduation from Triple IT Allahabad in 2020, and prior to that also did my graduation from Sri Mata Vaishno Devi University in 2018. So this is how my journey has been. So
Got
yeah,
it. Got it, Adarsh. So, as you mentioned that you have done the post graduation at IIT Allahabad. So, I mean, what were your reasons for pursuing an MTech? Because I have seen students, just after BTech, they are grabbing the job opportunity. So, like, why you opted for the MTech?
yeah, I guess you answered in your questions only, because after BTech students get job opportunities. So from there are a lot of people, there are a lot of students who don't actually get job opportunities after BTech, because that is somehow the college, and that is somehow whatever the status they are in, the knowledge, because everyone is not running a race and winning every time. It just they somehow couldn't manage in the first year and second year, and then third year they started thinking, okay, I should have done these things, but time has flown, right? So the thing is, I was a student initially who struggled a lot in my first year and second year due to my language barrier because I was a Hindi medium student since the very day
Okay.
till my plus two, and in my JEE preparation also I choose like Hindi and English also. But the change was there, so I couldn't grasp most of the things because of this language barrier. Because in when you study somewhere in a national level of college, they can't, that the professor at least won't speaking anything in Hindi. So there was a thing. Other than that, I was having low computer science background also. So these two things I count as a major reason for my initial first couple of years failure. Like I was trying to cope most of the things there. But as and when I realized, okay, this is something that I need to really work on, I started working on my like, second semester on like, okay, reading. Because I understood that minute problem or the bottleneck is the language barrier. After that, only I'll be able to get the computer science things. So, so overall, I was not that much good in first couple of years. The third year itself, I started thinking, okay, something I have to do, because at the very this time I'm not that much good that I'll be able to, let's say, get TCS or something like that. I was sure about myself.
Got it.
So in that, like in the sixth semester itself, I got the idea. Sixth semester, why I'm saying, because usually gate exams happen in Feb and results came in March. So during that time only, one of my seniors happened to clear gate, and he got job also, because some various of government organization provide jobs because of on the basis of gate score or something. So I get to know about him. Okay, then I congratulated him. After that, I got it. Okay, this is something that I should really thought like, okay, this can be done. It's not that
Got it.
it's going to be easy or something, but prior to that, I was having no idea about that also. That how I'll do all these things, how. But then I thought, okay, I was a student in my plus two in high school, and as well as in JEE preparation also. But why I'm lacking here is maybe something what was there previously was there. I crossed that. Now there is the language barrier is not there. I'm able to communicate my thoughts mature enough and able to understand whatever the person is saying. Maybe that's why the languages are there for, to communicate the thoughts. So I was fine. Okay, this can be done. Then in the sixth semester itself, I got the idea. Okay, I have to do it. Then like by the end of sixth semester, that is almost 3 years or six semester, I was having 6.55 CGPA. That is too low, and no one was even expecting that I will be able to do the gate, because 6.6 something, and that too when you get 7, when you get 61 out of 100 like that. So it's 6.655 also is too low. I was 37 or 38 in out of 60 in my class. So below average, you can say, totally. And the only thing that I was aware about my mistakes or my problems or my situation, my status, whatsoever it was. I was not any illusion or something, and I can do better or I can do great until unless I'll put myself, my heart and soul, totally into something. I won't be able to like do even the normal jobs also at that state of mind, and at that maybe the only thing good was awareness about myself, what I'm capable of, what I'm not capable of. Then this gate thing happened. The
Yeah.
idea of gate appeared in my mind. So from the very day I started thinking, so I took the course from Ravindra Royala sir. Online
Okay.
course only I took. I didn't take any offline classes. So
Mm-hmm.
on the very serious note, it started after the end of sixth semester in the summer vacations or like so in summer vacations after third year you must be like aware like there is a training or intern,
Mm-hmm.
one thing you
Yes.
need to do. So
Yeah.
as I
Right.
said, I was not capable enough to get any intern, obviously for obvious reasons. So I choose a training in Java
Mm-hmm.
language, and on the other side I started this gate preparation.
Get preparation. Okay.
Yeah, so the
Mm-hmm.
initial thought the initial thought that was motivating me, that I can wipe out my 3 years of failures with 6 months of hard work, 8 months of hard work, 6 or 8 months of hard work. So I was totally into it. There is no if and but that there is any question that why I'm doing it, why I'm not doing it. For me, it was the sole motivation that it was good enough, because
Mm-hmm.
after 8 months, I'm having a senior to follow up. He got something because of this, and he also did 6 8 months of preparation. I'm not saying that he was as bad as me, but I know that if these things are there, a good curriculum is there, and this kind of subject, this kind of detailed knowledge is there. If I'll follow it totally, I believe in the process. So I happen
Got it.
to just that. So that was my motivation to choose GATE. There can be other motivations also, like government jobs are there
Yeah.
with the GATE rank and all. So we'll talk about it later. But yeah, for me,
Sure.
it was this. One liner is for 3 years of failures. If I have to wipe out, I have to work 8 months, go all in. So that's what my take.
Got it. Got it. Like you have explained the things really well, and even this was actually my next question, like how you started the preparation. So you have mentioned this already, that you have taken this course from Ravindra Rahula sir, and I
Hmm.
think that you religiously followed it, and that's what helped you during your preparation journey. So now the next question is that I believe like you were having your college, and in parallel you were doing the gate preparation as well. So how did you manage the time? How did you manage both the things, the academics and the gate preparation?
Yeah, I'll go a little back also, like from where I started initially. For the student, not for you, for the students, it's also important which subjects I pick and which subject they should pick in the beginning, how they should manage all these things, and obviously this one also, like you how you manage college time versus gate, but in particular gate also how you manage various subjects at what time and what is more important, what is less important. I would like to just add those things also from my side. So
Mm-hmm.
initially I was very fascinated with database and operating system, because
Mm-hmm.
that was a complete new idea of thinking for me. Like, for example, if you are making some little small projects, also, people will be using maybe 10 or 20 or 30 in college, under college, but you make a primary key which can hold 5 digits. So I understood, okay, how these things are structured, architecture, or the thought process changed, the thinking ability was changed when I had these subjects in my college. So although my marks doesn't say that I had understanding in college, but yeah, I had some understanding. So I choose these subjects initially and finish it.
Mm-hmm.
They are also scoring subjects also, and they are
Mm-hmm.
pretty much going to help you in your college placement also. So these are my reasons to pick database and operating system in the summer semester, because after
Mm-hmm.
that I'll go for placements also, and it will eventually help. And C programming was something that I was knowing that back then. So these two subjects are finished there, and after that, when the 7th semester started, then I started with compiler design and computer networks, because I was taking two subjects in parallel, like
Mm-hmm.
not exactly parallel, but yeah, let's say 2 3 days I read one subject, then another subject for 1 or 2 3 days as per the requirement, as per the topic. Because if I have started some topic, I won't be leaving in between, because half baked knowledge is going to be generated in some exam like gate, where negative marking is there, and especially that 2 marks question, they will eventually hunt you if you are having the half baked knowledge, obviously. Like, so
Yeah.
whatever the topics are there, I'm like, okay, if I have started something, whatever the time it is going to take, I'll finish it. Then as a break, because we so I was thinking the break from one subject is working on another subject, because that's how I'll be able to finish these things on time. I was already started late, but just like the saying goes, it's never too late if you're on the right track. So
Yeah.
for me, a break from one subject was another subject, and
Mhm.
also aptitude was something that I thought maybe TCS, Wipro, or whatever service-based companies were used to visit my college. I started working like once in a week or bi-weekly, solving some aptitude questions also. So
Mhm.
aptitude was always being a side by side because I did a JEE preparation, so maths was obviously more than average for me. So I never bothered about those things. So
Got it.
yeah, from
Okay.
there, let's say at the end of October,
Mhm.
August, September, October, these 3 months, I was done with computer networks. Computer networks syllabus is too huge, but
Mhm.
obviously the scoring ones also, and there is a few common things between computer networks and then like computer architecture also. So I was like, this is something that I really need to do. And obviously, then there was a subject also in my 7 semesters and it's called cloud computing. So I thought it will be going parallel. I'll get good marks there also. So there are two three things actually. Those the single sole reason to this why this OS and DBMS had a clear reason.
Mhm.
Then in October 10, I exactly remember the date because I got the placement in TCS on the very day.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
then there was a thought in my mind. Getting out of the room, I was thinking if two on kind of two three subjects can give you this a job, then what will your career, what will your future be if you will complete 10 subjects completely and be there in a tier one college, learn from the very best in the country, and
Mhm.
then how your life can be. And you can see it really did happen because I am sitting here at Oracle right now. So that was the decision. First that
Mhm.
taking it, but after that when you got a kind of a reward, you can say, in between
Yeah.
the TCS job, because no
Yeah.
one was even expecting for me to get that job also because of my academic background was like especially in bachelor's or BTech, it was not so good at all. Even my Java professor was saying you won't be able to get the job because I got a back in Java, and I currently am
Okay.
working in Oracle, which on Java. So that is the kind of journey I have had. So so coming back, like I understood that if two or three subjects can give me this job,
Mhm.
I have to pursue it. I will pursue it
Got it.
no matter what it takes. So
Mhm.
in the next few months, I again started like digital logic, and
Mhm.
by the end of November, I was done with obviously OS, DBMS, computer networks, being it a very lengthy course. Especially, I have been only with Ravina Royal, sir. So for that particular computer network subject, it was too huge. I don't know how other
Okay.
coaching institutes take it, but it was really. Then compiler design and theory of computation and digital logic. Working in parallel, I was
Mhm.
working at least 4 6 hours every day, be it exam days, be it college lectures, be it some project also. There was one project also that we were supposed to make in 7 semester, especially a project. Subject is project only. So these things
Got
were
it.
there. But uh, no matter what it takes, I have to sit for 4 to 6 hours every day, and I
Mhm.
was doing it religiously as I was nothing to lose. And mm, I
Yeah.
decided once I get out of the interview, I decided that this is the only thing that can save me because obviously I don't want to work with TCS. No
Okay.
disrespect for those who are doing it because
Mhm.
no, right
Yeah.
now I have few months, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. Why not I
Mhm.
go all in? I
Mhm.
did that
Yeah.
exactly. So at the end of November, I was like the semester exam ended. So next 2 months, like
Mhm.
December and January, because exam usually happens in February. So next 2 months, I was like, okay, now 10 to 12 hours every day religiously without fail. 98%, 95% I did 10 to 12 hours every day because past 3 years or so, I was getting failed in everything I tried,
Mhm.
be it be it like any, like I said, Java and be it DSA. I was able to pass. I was managed to pass somehow, but that is not up to the mark. That is just 33%, 40%, and that was easy thing only that I was able to pass. Not the hardest thing, not any hackathon or something. Not able to get the intern whatsoever. Most of the
Got it.
things were failure only. So this was my thing because I
Mhm.
trust in my abilities to learn, my abilities to focus, and like I did in my high school, like I did my 12th in my JEE preparation, everything was there. So this was my thing. I happened to get after some time. So
Got it.
like
Got it.
from November itself, for
Mhm.
next 1 month, from November to December, I just did some revision, and it's like another subject, one subject I left, like computer organization and architecture. I started touched on that, and
Mhm.
usually side by side, I used to do like as a revision, I used to do subject wise previous year question. They are
Got
there
it.
on
Mm-hmm.
Geek for Geeks, so I was doing it freely without paying anything. But
Mm-hmm.
then the last month of January, I didn't start anything new, not at all.
Mm-hmm.
Every day, religiously, completely, one full test for MedEasy.
Okay, you
One
were
full
clear.
test
Okay.
without fail, 3 hours,
Mm-hmm.
and the remaining 8 or 9 hours, I was doing the absolving thing. And
Mm-hmm.
one more thing I would like to mention for the students, usually the admit card comes in first week of Jan,
Mm-hmm.
and after that we will be having roughly 1 month. So do this or also do this on the very same time when your exam is scheduled, because that's how you'll keep active your mind in during those hours. That's a psychological thing, but I do believe it works, because
Mm-hmm.
at every hour of the clock your mind has not the same energy or same thought process. Let's say you won't be able to give an exam at 12 a.m. obviously. So like
Mm-hmm.
two shifts are there, 9 a.m. to 12, and then other 2 to 5. Then whatever shift you got in your
Mm-hmm.
admit card, you should be going, yeah, I'll be totally without fail, I'll be giving one test series every day, 30 days, 30 full tests,
Okay.
and then absolving thing. Then absolving thing
Mm-hmm.
will obviously help you better.
Got it. Got it. Great, great points, Adarsh, I must say. And just a quick, I mean, what you explained there, just a quick recap of the same I would like to give. So, I mean, it's your hard work, right? As you said, that no matter, see, everyone is having its own, their own journey. You are having your own journey, right? As you said that in the initial years, maybe as you said that you were somewhere feeling that you were not putting that much effort, but then you wanted ki no, I know my abilities and I will put the effort. Then you gave your 12 to 13 hours and you're continuously studying, you are trusting your abilities, and no matter what others are saying, what teachers are saying, you are trusting yourself because an individual know what they do have, right? And if someone is working hard with the consistency, then definitely they can achieve what they're actually looking for, and that's why you can see that how the things changed for you. So thank you so much for explaining those things. And the last part that you said, that once you are done with the preparation, test giving mocks, that is also very very important to understand that whether in a given time frame you are able to solve the things or not. And I
Yeah.
can see that even in the preparation part you mentioned, like, see, because the subjects are almost same, that like the same only that we're having in the academics, it's just when you're preparing for the gate you have to dig deeper, you have to get the better understanding, you are not just doing it for passing the academics. So
Yeah.
thank you so much, and I'm glad that you still remember the dates, the month, and everything. So it shows like how devoted you were
How much
towards your
important it
preparation.
was,
Yeah.
how these things were important for me, because after sixth semester, almost 3 years, no one believed in me other than my
Mm-hmm.
parents, because they were not there with me, because I belong to Lucknow usually, and I was studying in Sri Mata Vaishno Devi University that is there in Jammu. So
Mm-hmm.
I was totally out of my comfort zone, and a guy who's done like almost every time from since sixth class, I did top in every other class, like every class almost. And then the difference was also like I'm making 82%, 85%, the other one is 75, 76. So there was no competition back then. But when I
Mm-hmm.
got the admission here in Simata Vaishno Devi University,
Yeah.
every other person is talented enough and good enough and better than me, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
in most of the areas, there was a subject. So that was
Okay.
the thing. Like
Mm-hmm.
full of failures, then this was the only option that I could have taken.
Okay. Okay. So one question that I get, but I think you are the right person to specify on it, because see, some students are there who wanted to get a job right after BTech, right? It depends. I believe
Mhm.
it depends on the financial conditions from the family side and one's own aspiration, or it depends on the individual basically. And
Yes.
some are saying that okay, I want to opt for MTech. So what do you think? Like, what's your recommendation? Should one should go for MTech post BTech, or they should go for placement? Like, what's your personal opinion on that?
Yeah. So I will I would just define. I'll just put two categories. My solution is there in two categories. One is for first year and second year students, because
Mm-hmm.
they are also part of our journey. In between somewhere they need some guidance, and then
Mm-hmm.
there is a third year and fourth year guys. How they
Mm-hmm.
should approach, if they are having this thought, then what are the things that they can ponder on that, and whatever the answer they'll get by themselves, they can decide after that. So for the first year and second year students, I will say, let's say you have plenty of time, especially in college, and you can learn, start from DSA after having worked in one particular language, one high level
Mm-hmm.
language, not the C plus plus or Java. Then start doing DSA, and start exploring new things that are currently in the market, maybe AI, ML, and the blockchain things. one thing, because these are the things they are currently in the market. And if you get into it as a first year, second year students, and you have plenty of time, do the research and get something out of it, you may be a person who can do wonders after some time. And if you got the right clicks at the right time, or the right, you do something with the right attitude, you will be surely getting it.
Yeah.
So if you're not like me who have wasted the first couple of years, if you are in first year, second year, you should try these things. Then comes the other category, the third year, fourth year guys. They are somehow capable to understand and analyze themselves, that what are the things they know, what are the things they can work on, and what are the options they have. So if you are from a tier 3 college especially, then you know which are the companies they will visit in your college, and will you be able to do cross those interviews, or will you, are you even interested in that or not. So these questions are there, but the answer is, okay, analyze yourself. If you are like, okay, the company that will visit, that is not going to make me happy, and so obviously you have to work for it to change the situation.
Yeah.
Somehow at the time of JE, the situation was not that much good. That's why you are here. You have to accept your failures. It's not that putting a tag on yourself. It's just that realizing that at some point of time it was not that a good day or that a good situation, scenario, family wise, whatsoever the reasons. But right now the things in your plate, you are the sole owner of whatever the time, wherever you are putting your time in. So just decide, do the
Got
diligence research from your side and about your qualities and this. Now coming to the very part which I like to mention, that do doing gate is something that will obviously make you a different person, not in terms of just I say technology or interaction. It will make you a complete different person in terms of thinking ability, because tier 1 or tier 3 is not just the colleges, they are the environment. I have been there, done that, I have seen the difference ultimately. And most of the time the differences are not that too much big that you can categorize or communicate, but you understand, you will get the grasp that okay, if the similar thing would have happened in this college, it would have taken this much length time, and this must have been the process. But here in this college, these things are not really being taken care of, because they are not important. Only the important things focused in, they can be totally involved in your career, how they can shape your career. Those things only be focused on in the tier 1 college. And most important, the students that you meet in tier 1 college, they can give you a thought that can really be helpful in shaping your character also, as you can make you a bigger person in life. So again,
Okay.
that after that also a category exists, that fresh graduates, that most of the times they took that whatever they been offered with, like they couldn't think at that particular time or whatever, due to whatever reasons. So I'll say for them also I have some advice to offer, like if you're working in a service based company, or if you are a fresh graduate trying to get some service based company also, depend on your interest, you should took either you are good in DSA, or you must have done some like web development, app development, game development, open source, something or the other is there within you. Maybe you know,
Yes.
maybe you don't know, but it must be there. So depending on these two options, you can pick either. If you are good in DSA and want to work in product based company, just go for the gate, because it will provide you a platform that will eventually shape your career. But there are other categories also in this gate category only. There are other categories also who have the DSA skills, and they want to like go for the gate also, but they don't want to work for product based companies. I met this kind of people. They say I would like to work with some established unicorn startups, not the product based companies, because the
Yeah.
growth is much better and all that. So for those kind of people, you should not go for the gate, but you should just sharpen a little bit more on DSA and work on like okay, open source or whatever you are
Development.
working
Yeah.
with,
Got it.
development. And then the other category, the service based guys, you are already working on something, you won't be getting that much time to try out various things. So if I have to summarize in one line, for all the problems, all the type of tech, let's say multiple languages, multiple frameworks, multiple databases are there, and then on the other side, one thing, that is DSA. Go for it.
Okay.
One solution for all the problems. It will eventually make you like. It's not
Okay.
just a tech that you will add on in your resume. It is a thought process, problem solving, and
Yes.
real problem solving thing actually.
Got it. Got it. Got it, Adarsh. Thanks for explaining so well, like taking all the possible scenarios. I think I was having basically this question in like where I must be just asking you about the advice that you would like to give. But I think in this question itself, you have explained everything so well. So the next question would be like, how was your interview experience with Oracle? I mean, I think this is not the company. Just correct me if I'm wrong. This is not the company that you got from your college placement. Am I right? Right?
Yes, you're right.
So you made
I
a
didn't got
switch.
this.
Yeah, so you
Yes.
made a switch, right? So how basically, if you can give us a quick idea about, can just let us know how you got this opportunity, what, how many rounds were there, right? So it would be, you know, helpful for the audience.
Yeah, sure. So prior to Oracle, I was working in Extria in healthcare
Mm-hmm.
domain. So mostly my work was related to SQL, Python, and some JavaScript and Excel also. So, but the role that was totally there is business analyst. I was not working in tech domain at all.
Mm-hmm.
So again, just like I said that there also I got a spark. Okay, this is not something is a calling for me.
Mm-hmm.
So the solution that I was offering others, I applied that on myself and
Mm-hmm.
doing just DSA, nothing but DSA, nothing but DSA every day. Again, after office 8 9 hours, I used to sit for 3 4 hours because I took the place to. I have to change myself. I have to take change the gears. So
Mm-hmm.
I was doing religiously. I was doing DSA after working 8 9 hours. I was doing 4 5 hours DSA every day. And then one fine day last year on 3rd of March, I got the call from my current manager. He
Mm-hmm.
said like we have seen your LinkedIn profile, and also I have applied for HD1 actually here at
Okay.
Oracle. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but they offered that we would like to take your interview as an HD2 because you have done masters also, and I think you'll be a best fit. What do you think? I was nothing to say because Oracle is there. Like inherently, promotion is there without even asking. I said, okay, we'll obviously try. So
Mm-hmm.
he said the interview is going to be tomorrow only, the very next
Okay.
day at the 4th of March. And like I said, I was preparing for DSA religiously. So I
Mm-hmm.
said, and most of the things were already there in my hand because of masters and because of bachelors, because of grid preparation. I was not afraid about anything. The only thing I was afraid of DSA, and I was working on it.
Mm-hmm.
So the next day interview happened. So in first round, 1 hour round it was. They asked two DSA questions. So yeah, I was able to solve both questions. In the next
Mm-hmm.
round, I got SQL questions because I was mostly supposed to work in database. Some
Mm-hmm.
SQL questions, some basics of database, and some basics of operating systems also.
Mm-hmm.
And as I did my thesis on blockchain, so there was some blockchain questions also. But
Got
for all these questions were easy for me because I was the one who worked on these.
it.
And
Mm-hmm.
the next half hour, my BTech projects discussion was also there, and
Mm-hmm.
then some Linux basic commands and VI editor or something like. So
Mm-hmm.
these were the things, and the
Okay.
whole interview was 2.5 hours continuous because
Okay.
as I said, I was working, so I took a leave, so I don't want to waste another day. So they agreed on everything, and the decision was then and there. That's
Got
it.
it. Okay, so I mean everything they asked you, I believe everything DSA, whether it's DSA or development related to your development skills, projects, the thesis you worked on, and I think somewhere here also like the questions were on operating system and these things. So you did the gate
Mm,
preparation, so already you must be having the better grasp over these things, and again
mm,
you have worked also. So this helped a lot. So I mean, what an amazing journey! I must say that first you changed. I mean, your changing the things is right in your hand. First you shifted to gate. You said you believed in yourself and you said, okay, this is not something that I belong to. I should be at a better place. Then getting into triple IT Allahabad and then getting placement, then you thought, okay, no, this is not a domain that I actually should be working in. Then again doing the DSA and putting the efforts, and then in Oracle. So very amazing journey, I must say, and it was great talking with you. Such an inspiration you are, I must say, and a motivation for many of us. Thank you so much for sharing your journey on my channel. It was great talking to you, Adarsh. Thank you.
thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. It was great talking to you. And like, let's see if someone get benefited, or even if someone comes to
Sure.
me for any guidance, I'll be
Yeah.
ready to help.
Yeah, I'll put your LinkedIn ID in the description. So guys, if you are having any question, you can directly reach out to him.